Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering the second story in Superman 88, The Dog Who Loved Superman. A light and adorable little Superman story. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually probably like it more than the rest of the filler comics they kind of just keep pumping out. This one follows that, but I like what's happening in it. It's very simple, and it does what it does fairly okay. I think my biggest problem with the story is it sort of switches focus. Well, not focus, but what it had been doing. So I feel like Superman doesn't really deal with the original conflict and gets a different conflict that's still within the same flavor, but it doesn't feel like he actively solved the original conflict of the story, which happens quite a bit in Golden Age Superman comics. So you see, Superman ends up saving this little dog named Reginald, or just Reggie, who happens to belong to a criminal genius. The dog gets excited, mainly wagging its tail anytime it senses Superman around. I'm guessing because the owner is an asshole, this doesn't happen often, so it's unusual when the dog starts wagging its tail. So whenever him and his crew commit a crime and the dog starts wagging its tail, it's an early warning sign that Superman is coming, so they can get out before he arrives. Now, you would think with his powers and his ability to move fast and X-ray vision that this wouldn't cause him that much conflict. But he doesn't know about the early warning system, and he's way too arrogant for his own good, so they are getting away with these crimes. So this is the conflict that is originally presented to us. So you're expecting Superman to essentially solve this or do something about this so he can stop these criminals. That's not what happens. About halfway through the story, they realize they have a glove that belonged to whoever Superman is, and the dog now has the scent of Clark. Now, Clark, through happenstance, ends up getting away from this as the dog has his scent, like him being shot up in the air by a hydrant exploding. Why he's not dead, I don't know, because he's Superman. And also, this has cartoon physics, but it keeps his scent away and allows him to see what is happening. The dog is coming for him. And if you might remember, there was that small town story where all the small towns wanted Superman to live there, that also had Superman get a dog that at the end the villain uses to try to find him. I mean, it's the exact same conflict now as that. So now Superman just has to deal with a way of getting away from a dog who knows his scent, which is a little disappointing. I want to see him deal with the early warning system version of the story and not so much this decision where I guess they get to him faster. There's more of an immediacy to the climax. It's going to happen definitely now. But I really wanted to see the original conflict as it was somewhat different from a conflict we had already seen before. And essentially, there's a massive flaw in this plan. If Superman knows they're coming, he can just change into being Superman before they arrive, and then he just captures them. Even though he didn't have them down for committing a crime, oh well, he'll prove it eventually. He is the man god, and we are living in his world. And to make sure this dog is never a problem for him again, he flies it to France and gives it to a random child, which I assume this child's parents will one day become villains because Superman just gave their kid a dog without asking permission. They should take him down. Poor dog doesn't speak French. It's going to be very confused for a while. But all in all, a sweet little story that I'm okay with. I rather them do these low stakes stories that can be a little entertaining and not trying to do too much or just trying to fill up a Superman story with action and set pieces. All right, that is it from Superman 88, The Dog Who Loves Superman. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notification when a new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday where I cover a Batman story and other Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? What do you think's happened with this dog? I guess 10 years have passed since Superman. It could be dead. That's a depressing thought to go out on.